This is Breckenridge County Fighting Tigers Sports on 104.3 The River. Coverage is brought to you by Brandenburg Telecom, Breckenridge Health, Elite Physical Therapy, First State Bank, Irvington Gas Company, Taylor Pharmacy, and by Wright Implement Company.
And welcome to Central Hardin High School, just outside of Elizabethtown, where the Breckenridge County Fighting Tigers begin the final week of the regular season against the homestanding Bruins. Hello again, everyone. This is Lee Bramlett. The Tigers are 7-16 following a brave effort and defeat against Hancock County on Friday night, minus their top two scorers. The Bruins come into tonight's ball game with a record of 15 wins and 8 losses following a win over Greene County back on Friday night. Both teams are out on the floor warming up as we're less than 10 minutes away from the start of this ball game. Bit of a late start here as we had senior night activities just a short time ago here at Central Hardin. We'll talk more about tonight's game after this word from our pregame show sponsor, Hartinsburg Chiropractic. This is Fighting Tigers Sports from 104.3 The River.
At Wright Implement, you'll find the full line of John Deere mowers, gators, tractors, ag equipment, John Deere apparel, toys, and more, along with a complete line of Steel and Honda power equipment. And we have a parts and service department that's second to none. Wright Implement has 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana to serve you. The right equipment, the right service, and always the right price. Wright Implement, serving great customers like you since 1936. Online at wrightimp.com.
Welcome back to Central Hardin High School. The JV game wrapped up just a short time ago, with the Fighting Tiger JV falling to Central Hardin by the final score of 65-43. If you're looking for the Lady Tigers game tonight at Owensboro Apollo, you can head over to the Listen Live tab at 104.3, or actually WXBC1043.com. Click on the Listen Live icon there on the homepage. Mark Grimes is in Owensboro tonight to bring you the play-by-play of the Lady Tigers as they take on the Lady Eagles this evening. Meanwhile, Breckenridge County in action as well against Central Hardin. The Tigers were without leading scorers Hunter Barr, who is done for the season due to a thumb injury, Mercer Rogers, who suffered an ankle injury in practice on Thursday, along with Jacob Henning, who was injured earlier in the week in the Friday night fixture for Hancock County. The Tigers, without those three players, stayed competitive for about 2.5 quarters before the Hornets pulled away to a 54-40 victory. Colton Miller led the Tigers with 13 points. Braden Carmen added 11. As the Tigers suffered their 6th straight loss, Breckenridge County's offensive woes continue as they fail to reach 50 points for the 5th time in 6 games. Breckenridge County now averaging just under 52 points per game on the season, holding opponents to over 59 per game. The Tigers' defense will be tested tonight, as well as the offense as well, as they take on a Central Hardin team that is putting points on the board, including their most recent game against Greene County. We will talk more about the homestanding Bruins, as well as the keys to tonight's game, coming up in just a moment. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
How many times have you called someplace and heard this?
For customer service, press 1.
At First State Bank, when you call one of their 3 locations, you'll hear this.
First State Bank, this is Michelle. How may I help you?
From opening a checking or savings account to home or commercial loans, you'll get a friendly voice ready to assist with your banking needs. Call or stop by today and find out why for more than 100 years, First State Bank, where your friends bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Online at firststatebankky.com.
Welcome back to Central Hardin High School on the west side of Elizabethtown. Technically, it has a Cecilia mailing address. The Fighting Tigers preparing to take on the Bruins here in just a moment. Central Hardin comes into tonight's matchup with a record of 15 wins and 8 losses, following a 96-67 win over Greene County on Friday night. The Bruins boast a size advantage over the Tigers. All but one player on their roster is over 6 feet tall. Brett Decker, a 6-foot sophomore, is the only player in double-figure scoring, but he averages nearly 22 points per game. Jacob Fredrickson, a 6'7 junior, averages just under 10 a game. Ace Jaggers will average just under 9 points per game. But with this being senior night and those 3 being underclassmen, they will not get the start. So Coach Matt Nickel will have the benefit of pulling those players off the bench for tonight's ball game. One player who will get the start is senior Preston Keith. He's the top rebounder for the Bruins at over 5 points per game. The concern for the Tigers tonight is the Bruins' ability to put points on the board. They're averaging over 67 points per game. They give up 57. As a team, they shoot 48% from the field, 35% from three-point range, and 65% from the free throw line. Let's talk a little bit about the keys to tonight's game. That, of course, brought to you by the home folks at Hardinsburg Tire Service on Old Highway 60. Tigers have to find sustained offensive output. The Tigers got off to a promising start in the game against Hancock County the other night, scoring 15 points at the onset of the game. But then the offense sort of dried up the rest of the way as they were only able to manage 25 for the remaining three quarters of that contest, not breaking double digits the remainder of the game in terms of quarters scoring. Breckenridge County has to do a better job of protecting the basketball and forcing turnovers against this Central Hardin squad. Defensively, they have to hold their own on the boards against a much taller Central Hardin team, although the starting lineup that Coach Nickel will send out will be somewhat smaller than the one he would normally have available to him, but of course those players will be available on the bench as we go forward this evening. These two teams played last year in Hardinsburg for part of their annual series. Breckenridge County won a 49-48 decision over the Bruins at Tiger Arena. Of the players returning from that particular game, Eamon O'Donohue scored 12 points for Breckenridge County, while Lane Tall had 5 points and Mercer Rogers added a point. Hayden Ash and Preston Keith scored 14 points, while Brett Decker finished with 9 points in the game. Both teams have come back to the benches. We are about to have the playing of the national anthem. That'll be followed by the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. We want to remind you this is the first of three this week for the Fighting Tigers. They will be on the road tomorrow night to the Sports Center. They'll take on Owensboro Catholic. That game now has a move to a 7:30 start time. I know initially that had been announced as a 7 o'clock game, but it will now be 7:30 at the Sports Center. We'll be on the air at around 7:15 for the coverage. Then Thursday night, the Tigers will play their final game of the regular season when they head to Hodgenville to take on another 5th Region squad in LaRue County. We'll begin our coverage around 6 o'clock with Tiger Talk as we talk with the coaches to get you ready for the postseason as well as the final regular season games. We'll be on the air at around 6:15 for all the action of that ball game. We'll be back in just a moment for the introduction of the starting lineups and the opening tip. Our pregame coverage brought to you by Hardinsburg Chiropractic. This has been Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River.
So you've heard us talking about Brandenburg Telecom, and we could have chosen any other provider for our phone, internet, TV, and security service, but we chose Brandenburg Telecom.
It is not hard to find a good deal these days. What it is hard to find is a provider that delivers the best value of service. That's exactly what we're getting with Brandenburg Telecom.
They don't trick you with introductory rates.
They don't keep you waiting for service or waiting on the phone.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Brandenburg Telecom are people who live
And work.
And play in my community.
They're a part of this community, and that's why they care.
If you only have one service with Brandenburg Telecom, you're missing out on their other great services.
Give them a chance.
You won't be disappointed. You ready for the burger?
Welcome back to Central Hardin High School just outside of Elizabethtown as you're listening to Breckenridge County Fighting Tiger basketball on WXBC 104.3 FM in Hardinsburg, Kentucky. Just after 7 o'clock on a Monday night as the Fighting Tigers get ready to take on Central Hardin. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Central Hardin. They will start an all-senior alignment tonight. One of those starters is number 10, Preston Keith, a 6'2", 195-pound senior who averages 4.3 points per game. Carter Robinson is number 23, a 6'3", 175 senior. He averages 4.1 points per game. Nolan Stiff, number 21, 6', 160, a junior. He will average 3 points per game. Reese Sherrard, number 11, 6'2", 185, a senior. Averages 1.3 or 1.8 points per game. And starting to guard, number 22, Hayden Ash. A 6', 175-pound senior, 2.3 points per game. Central Hardin with a record of 15 wins and 8 losses, coached by Matt Nickel. For Breckenridge County, no change from the alignment that went against Hancock County back on Friday night. Starting with 4 guards. One of those, Eamon O'Donohue, number 12, 5'10", 155, a junior, averaging about 7 points per game. Another guard, Lane Tall, number 22, 6'1.5", 140, a junior, 6 points per contest. Colton Miller, number 21, a 5'8" junior, averages 6.5 points per game. Chase Hardesty, a 5'8" freshman, averages just about a point per game. And one forward is Braden Carmen, number 32, 6'2", 160, a freshman, about 2 points per game. Breckenridge County comes in with a record of 7 wins and 16 losses, and they are coached by Jeff LaGrange. The Reverend Mike Bell, the public address announcer here at Central Hardin High School, going through the introductions of the coaches for the Bruins as they continue to introduce the assistants and head coaches. We're just about set to have the introduction of their starting lineup on the night. Again, Coach Nickel going with a predominantly all-senior lineup. Preston Keith, one of the starters that's being introduced right now. Breckenridge County will be dressed in maroon with white trim. One correction from the lineup. It looks like it'll be Nolan Goodman, number 20, getting the start over Nolan Stith. Goodman wears number 20, 6'1", 190, a senior, averaging about 1 point per game. Breckenridge County advancing to the center jump circle, as are the Bruins. Bruins dressed in home white with Carolina blue and black trim. Breckenridge County will be moving to the right side of your radio dial here in the opening half of play. Braden Carmen set to jump in the center against Nolan Goodman. The tap is in the air. Race for the basketball is controlled by Breckenridge County, and we're underway here at Central Hardin. Colton Miller with the basketball at the top of the key. Gets the ball to O'Donohue on the right side. Back out front, Tall takes it. Now Colton Miller. Miller on the left side. Out front, Chase Hardesty brings it in. Hardesty chased by Preston Keith. Eamon O'Donohue with the basketball. Out front, Braden Carmen. Breckenridge County working the perimeter at the moment. Now Colton Miller with it. Squares. Three-pointer on the way. Looks short. Rebound comes down to Eamon O'Donohue. Lobs it back out. Tall will try a three-pointer. In and out. No good. Rebound comes down to Sherrard for Central Hardin. Bruins into the front court for the first time. Sherrard caught in the double team. Tries to find his way forward and does. Goodman kicks the basketball over to Carter Robinson, number 23. Ash with the basketball. Hands it off to Robinson. Gives it down low. They find Keith underneath the basket over O'Donohue. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound is controlled by Breckenridge County. Colton Miller with the basketball across the time stripe. 1 minute into the game, no score. Tigers are trying to find a cutter to the inside. Braden Carmen able to rescue it from going out of bounds. Colton Miller takes the basketball and the Tigers will reset. Hardesty with the basketball for Breckenridge County. Gets it to Lane Tall. Now Colton Miller with it on the right side. Out front, here's O'Donohue. Braden Carmen with the basketball about the free throw stripe. Looking to get it to someone. Now gets it to Hardesty. Chase Hardesty will back it out. Here's O'Donohue with it on the right side. Out front, Tall squares. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Joe Benebacco plumbing a rental three-point basket for Lane Tall. And Breckenridge County out to a 3-0 lead to start the ball game. Ohio County basketball in the front court. Second possession. Robinson rescues the basketball to Sherrard. We played a minute 45 of the ball game. Tigers with the lead. Central with the basketball. Sherrard with it at the top of the key. Drives on Hardesty. Gets to the lane. Puts up the shot. Banks it up and in. Sherrard puts Central Hardin on the board. Now 3-2. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. O'Donohue drives into the front court for Breckenridge County. Tries to pass the ball to Hardesty. It goes all the way to the baseline at the other end. Ball knocked away, and it will go to Central Hardin. To add the insult to injury, Central Hardin will get it right underneath their own basket. Keith with the inbounds for Central Hardin finds Ash on the right side. Out front to Sherrard. Sherrard gets the ball over. Here's Keith going to square for a three-pointer. That is good. Preston Keith gives Central Hardin their first lead of the night at 5-3. 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Here's O'Donohue with it right side. Three-pointer on the way. In and out. No good. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin. Sherrard. Bruins will bring the ball up the floor. Ash with it on the right side. Kicks it over. Carter Robinson out front. Here's a three-pointer on the way by Ash. In and out. No good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Carmen goes to the floor. Ball knocked out of bounds and last touch by Central Hardin. 5:19 to go here in the opening frame. Central Hardin leading Breckenridge County 5-3. Tigers trying to inbound the basketball against full court pressure. Colton Miller caught in a double team, gets the ball to O'Donohue. Bounce pass ahead to Hardesty. Hardesty down in the corner, tall with it, out to O'Donohue, drives into the lane. Now hands it back to Colton Miller, squares with a three that was partially blocked, no good. Rebound comes down to Chase Hardesty. Hardesty tries to back in, puts up the shot over Goodman, no good. Colton Miller collects the rebound. Down low, back to Carmen. He puts it off the glass and in. Braden Carmen with his first points of the ball game gives us our first tie of the night at 5. 4:45 remaining in the first quarter. Here's Sherrard going to try another three-pointer. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound. Carmen had it. Ball knocked out of his hands. And we get a foul on Breckenridge County's Braden Carmen as he was fighting for the possession. Carmen will pick up his first foul, team first of the game. Clock stop with 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play, tied at 5. Central Hardin with the basketball. Lob the ball down low to Preston Keith, out to Hayden Ash. Will try a three from the right corner. That is good. Ash knocks down a three to give Central Hardin back the lead at 8-5. 4:25 remaining here in the first quarter. O'Donohue, right side, the other way, puts up a three-pointer, too strong. Rebound comes down to Goodman for Central Hardin. Bruins into the front court. Here's Ash with it. Cross-court pass. Finds Sherrard. Sherrard back to Ash, right side. He squares up for a long three-pointer. That is good. Ash with back-to-back three-point baskets. And Central Hardin now up 11-5. 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. O'Donohue with the basketball for Breckenridge County, trying to evade the double team. Gets it to Chase Hardesty. Ball down low. Carmen with it. Carmen spins, goes up, puts it over Goodman, no good. Rebound comes down to Sherrard for Central Hardin. Here is Ash with it. He's going to square up and try another three-pointer. This one is no good. Into the hands of Carter Robinson on the rebound out front. Sherrard squares for a three. In and out, no good. Braden Carmen collects the rebound. And now the bad news for Breckenridge County. With the deficit now, the regular starters about to come into the ball game for Central Hardin. As Tall squares up with a three-pointer that's an air ball. Rebound comes down to Keith for the Bruins. Bruins push it the other way. Here's Carter. Will stuff it. Carter got to the inside and put it up and in. Robinson with his first points makes it 13-5. Central Hardin right now on an 8-0 run. But a foul at the other end against the Bruins will be on Nolan Goodman. Goodman will pick up his first foul. Team first. Multiple substitutions. First for Breckenridge County, it's Isaiah Hart and Shelton Smith into the ball game. Multiple substitutions, including number 5, Ace Jaggers, number 24, Landon Elmore. We'll pick up a couple of others. I believe Decker is into the ball game as well. Number 4, Brett Decker. And number 3, Jacob Fredrickson. Tall with the basketball for Breckenridge County, stretches out and hands it to Chase Hardesty as we're under 3 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Central Hardin 13, Breckenridge County 5. Smith gets the ball to Hardesty. Back out front to Colton Miller. He'll square up for a three-pointer. That is in and out, no good. Rebound comes down to Decker. Central Hardin all alone at the other end. Here is a attempt at a dunk, no good. Jaggers tried to stuff it, left it just short of the rim. Breckenridge County gets the ball back. Miller with it, tries to dribble through a double team right into the hands of Fredrickson. They run the outlet the other way. Here's a shot attempt by Fredrickson, no good, as he was looking for Elmore ahead. Foul is going to be on Shelton Smith. That'll be his first, team second against Breckenridge County. Jacob Fredrickson, number 3, a 6'7", 230-pound junior, heads to the line for Central Hardin. He averages 9.5 points per game. First free throw by Fredrickson is good. Jonah Miller checks into the lineup for Breckenridge County. Central Hardin now on a 9-0 run in this ball game. Fredrickson, a 66.1% free throw shooter out of 59 attempts. Second attempt here is good. Central Hardin now to a 10-point edge at 15-5. Full court pressure being employed by the Bruins. Colton Miller takes the basketball from Chase Hardesty. Miller caught in a double team, now fights his way through. Drives, lobs it over, finds Jonah Miller, has his shot blocked by Central Hardin's Fredrickson. Bruins will bring the ball into the front court. Ash with it. Gets the ball to Elmore down the lane. Frederickson lost the handle out of bounds. But they'll say it was knocked out of his hands by Breckenridge County. Substitution number 35, Lucas Thompson for Central Hardin. Replaces Hayden Ash, the leading scorer in the ball game right now with 6 points. Central Hardin basketball just to the right of their own basket with a minute 56 remaining here in the first quarter, already up 15-5. Here's Decker with a basketball drive, scoop shot, gets the shot to go. Looked like he was short from this angle, but Decker had no such problems, puts it in to make it 17-5. 12-0 run now by the Bruins with under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Hart with the basketball for Breckenridge County. Central Hardin going man-to-man defense here. Hardesty holds it out near the time stripe. Moves to his right. Gets the ball to Isaiah Hart. Under 90 seconds to go here in the quarter. Hart to Hardesty. Hardesty goes on the dribble, drives to the lane, tries to scoop up a shot, partially blocked. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin. Bruins running at the other end. Here's Decker, puts it up and in. Decker almost propped that one up like he was going to try a feed to somebody, but it fell through. Decker with his 4th point of the ball game to make it 19-5. Headed down to 1 minute to go here in the opening quarter. We get a reach-in foul on Brett Decker at the other end as he tried to knock the ball out of Isaiah Hart's hands. That'll be his first, team second. 1:02 remaining here in the opening quarter. Hart will inbounds the basketball to Chase Hardesty. Breckenridge County had tied the game at 5 on a basket from Braden Carmen, but the offense has hit the skids here. And Central Hardin has scored 14 in a row as the Tigers turn the ball over. Hardesty lost the handle and it went out of bounds. Lane Tall will check into the ball game, as will Braden Carmen. Central basketball to bring 3/4 length of the floor with 49 seconds remaining in this opening frame. Tigers trail 19-5. Thompson will bring the ball up the floor for Central Hardin. Goes to his right, hands it off to Decker. Decker tries to move off the screen, kicks it over. Out front here is a 3-point shot, no good by Frederickson. Rebound comes down to Breckenridge County. Jonah Miller will bring the ball up the floor with under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. After the Bruins had tied the basket, or Breckenridge County had tied the game early, it has been all Central Hardin from that point. Foul is going to be on Ace Jaggers for Central Hardin. That'll be his first, team third. And that will bring Jonah Miller to the free throw stripe. Miller, a 76% free throw shooter, knocks down the first one. That breaks the 14-0 run by the Bruins. Miller will get one more attempt. Misses this free throw attempt. Tracked down by Elmore for Central Hardin. Hands the ball off to Thompson. Under 20 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Central with the basketball out front. Thompson with it. Thompson lost the handle, hands it back to Decker with 7 seconds remaining. Down to 5, down to 4. Decker goes on the drive, puts up the shot. Basket will count, and he draws the foul. Decker with his 6th point of the night. Foul will be on Chase Hardesty for Breckenridge County. Hardesty will pick up his first. That'll be the team third against the Tigers. Decker to the line. He's a 71% free throw shooter on 59 attempts, or on 64 attempts, excuse me. Gets his 7th point of the ball game as an attempt by Breckenridge County from midcourt goes no good. First quarter is in the books, and Central Hardin takes a 22-6 lead over Breckenridge County. Tonight's first quarter has been brought to you by Commonwealth Machining on Rupert Askins Lane in Harnett. This is Fighting Tigers Sports from 104.3 The River.
If you need home medical equipment, rely on Taylor Pharmacy. They deliver home medical equipment such as oxygen, lip chairs, hospital beds, and CPAP machines to Breckenridge and surrounding counties. They have everything a patient needs for recuperating at home. Taylor Pharmacy does so much more than fill prescriptions. They carry a full line of diabetic shoes, have a gift department, and of course make delicious tailor-made fudge in a variety of flavors that include sugar-free. Stop by Taylor Pharmacy in Hardinsburg and see why your family and the Taylor Pharmacy family make a good team.
Second quarter underway here at Central Hardin High School. Lee Bramlett with you as Breckenridge County trails 22-6. The Tigers had tied the game at 5 on a Braden Carmen basket. Central Hardin then went on a 14-0 run before Jonah Miller knocked down a free throw to break that run. And right now the margin back at 16 following a three-point play by Brett Decker. Decker has 7 points to lead Central Hardin scoring at the moment. Across the way for Breckenridge County, it is Lane Tall with a three-pointer as the shot by Central Hardin is no good. Rebound comes down to Breckenridge County. Out front, Lane Tall with the basketball. 7:25 remaining here in the first half. Tigers trying to find some offense as Tall puts up the shot. Basket goes, and he draws the foul. Tall with his 5th point of the night. Foul is going to be on Nolan Stiff, number 21 for the Bruins. That is his first. Team 4th. Tall's free throw attempt does not go. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin. Understand there's some technical difficulties in the game with the Lady Tigers at Apollo as Decker's floater doesn't go. Gets the putback up and in. Decker with his 9th point of the night. We get a ball knocked out of bounds. Breckenridge County will reset the offense. Eamon O'Donohue will check back into the ball game. Traditionally, Apollo has been a tough place to try to do broadcast. We had some issues earlier this year with the Tigers game down there. We apologize for the difficulties there. They lob the ball ahead. Here is Braden Carmen, who lays it off the glass and in. Ran a takeoff play. Everyone fell asleep at the wheel as far as the Central Hardin side, and Carmen puts it up and in. Pulls Breckenridge County to within 24-10. Down at the other end, here's a basket good by Isaiah Hart. Tigers now with a little bit of momentum here with 6 points in the quarter. Hart with his first points of the ball game. Decker knocks down a three-pointer. Makes it 27-12. Decker now with 12 points in the ball game. Loose basketball comes ahead to Carter Robinson. Down to the other end, laid up and in by Nolan Stiff. Stiff with his first point of the ball game. And it's 29-12. And a steal by Central Hardin, and Carter Robinson puts in the basket for his 4th point of the night. Breckenridge County is forced to take a timeout with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. A full timeout by the Tigers, trailing Central Hardin now 31-12. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC 1043.com.
You don't need to suffer a sports-related injury to benefit from physical therapy. For anyone in pain, rotator cuff repair, lumbar traction, treatment for neck or low back pain, or any number of treatments, Elite Physical Therapy and Fitness can get you back on the right track. The physical therapists at Elite Physical Therapy and Fitness can provide innovative treatment with dry needling and kinesis taping. Call today, 270-756-5007. At Elite Physical Therapy, there's still hope when there's pain.
Breckenridge County's mountain to climb continues to sink. They were trailing by 16. Had a couple of baskets right there on a run by Tall, Hart, and Carmen. But then it has been another run here by the Bruins as they have been able to force a couple of turnovers. And they now have the lead out to 19 at 31-12, their biggest lead of the night. Leading scorers in the ball game right now. Lane Tall has 5 points for Breckenridge County. Across the way, it is Decker with 12 points for Central Hardin. Decker coming off a 40-point performance in the game against Greene County back on Friday night. Tigers trying to negotiate the full court press. Colton Miller with the basketball, hands it to Eamon O'Donohue. O'Donohue with the basketball, down to the corner to Colton Miller. Here's a jumper on the way by Tall, that is no good. Fight for the rebound, scrambled, still on the floor. Fought for, and we get a jump ball. It will go back in the direction of Breckenridge County. 5:58 remaining here in this opening half of play. Breckenridge County trailing 31-12. Miller with the basketball down in the corner to O'Donohue. Now Miller with it. Gets the ball to Jonah Miller. Passes intercepted and picked up by Central Hardin. Keith running the other way. Turns around, caught on the double team. Now back out front Here's a three-point attempt on the way, in and out, no good. Putback doesn't go by Carter Robinson. The ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Central Hardin.
Carmen, his second personal. Carter Robinson at the line.
I believe Braden Carmen picked up the foul there on the rebound attempt. That would be his second. At the line, Robinson misses the free throw. Chase Hardesty and Shelton Smith will check back into the ball game. Robinson heads back to the lineup. He's got 4 points in the game. Second free throw attempt upcoming. A 79% free throw shooter on 24 attempts. Second free throw is no good, but the rebound comes down to Preston Keith. Here's a jumper from the free throw line, no good. Fight for the rebound, put back up and in by Carter Robinson. Robinson has 6 points in the ball game to make it 33-12. 5:23 left to go here as the pass knocked out of bounds. We get multiple substitutions back in the ball game for Central Hardin. Jagger, Sherrard, Goodman, Ash, and Landon Elmore. Breckenridge County to inbounds the basketball with 5:20 remaining here in the first half. Shelton Smith with the basketball for Breckenridge County, being guarded by Goodman. Hands it off to Colton Miller. Tall with the basketball. Drives into the paint, puts up the shot, draws the contact, and the basket. Tall with his 7th point of the ball game. Reese Sherrard picks up the foul for Central Hardin. That is his first. That'll be the team 5th. Tall back to the free throw stripe, misses the free throw. Tall with 7 points in the ball game, missed both attempts from the free throw line. Under 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Central Hardin 33, Breckenridge County 14. Here is Sherrard driving in the paint, kicks it out to Jaggers. Jaggers squares up, 3 is on the way, no good. O'Donohue tracks down the rebound for Breckenridge County, gets it to Chase Hardesty. Hardesty holds it up for Breckenridge County. At long range, Hardesty gets the ball to O'Donohue on the left side. Being guarded by Sherrard. Smith takes the basketball against the man-to-man defense. Here's Tall, lays it off the glass, no good. Got a nice look, just could not get the shot to fall. And Central comes the other way. Jaggers with the basketball, and we'll get a reach-in foul on Breckenridge County's Lane Tall. That'll be his first. Team 5th. Inbound Central Hardin with 4:17 remaining here in the opening quarter. Out front, Ash with it on the left side now. Back out, Goodman at the top of the key. Jaggers will try a three-pointer that is too strong. Tipped up in the air, rebound comes down to Lane Tall. Breckenridge County finds Colton Miller ahead. Miller goes to the basket, puts up the shot, can't get it to go, fights for his own rebound. Lobs it down low to Smith. Smith turnaround shot on the way, got it. Shelton Smith with his first points of the ball game to make it 33-16. The rebound comes down to Breckenridge County. Into the front court. Rebound on the way, no good. 3:25 left to go. Here is a three-point basket and a timeout by Breckenridge County. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Going to keep it here. We understand there's some technical difficulties with the game at Apollo. Again, traditionally, this has been and we apologize for that situation again. Apollo has been traditionally a very tough place to do ball games from over the years. If you have followed Fighting Tiger sports, even going back when Mr. DeHaven had those games, it was always a battle to get those up and going, but we understand they will not be able to get a signal out of that, so we apologize for that inconvenience. If you're joining us for this game, it is 36-16. Breckenridge County trails by 20 to Central Hardin. Tigers had tied the game at 5. Central Hardin then went on a 14-0 run. And trailed by 16 at the end of one, 22-6. And Central has continued to build their lead. Breckinridge County had cut it back to 10 at 22-12. But then the Bruins stretched the lead back out. And a three-point basket a moment ago has now taken the margin out to 20 again. Central was led by as many as 21 at 33-12. Breckinridge County bringing the ball up the floor, down to 3 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Or opening half, excuse me. Smith with the basketball, gets it to Chase Hardesty. Hardesty will hold it out at long range with 2.5 minutes to go. Gets the ball inside to Smith, with the pass intercepted by Sherrard. Sherrard driving quickly ahead to Elmore, and is bumped from behind, and a foul against Breckinridge County. I believe that will be against Isaiah Hart.
Isaiah Hart, his second.
Hart will pick up his second foul. That'll be the team 6th against the Tigers. At the other end, shot up and in. Fredrickson with the basket for his 4th point of the ball game to make it 38-16. Working down to 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Hardesty, no good. Rebound comes down to Jaggers for Central Hardin. Sherrard with the basketball. Goodman out front, gets the ball to Sherrard. Here's a three-point attempt on the way by Jaggers, no good. Rebound comes down to Breckinridge County. Tigers hold it up as Tall checks with the Breckinridge County bench as we move under a minute 20 left to go. O'Donohue with the basketball out front to Isaiah Hart. Hart holds it up at long range. Here is Eamon O'Donohue trying to three from the corner. That is no good. The rebound comes down to Elmore. Sherrard hands it off to Elmore. Elmore gets in the paint, kicks it down to the corner. Ash will try a three-point basket that's no good. Rebound to Eamon O'Donohue for Breckinridge County. Breckinridge County holds it up with O'Donohue trying to throw the ball to the near sideline. Ball goes out of bounds and back to Central Hardin. Multiple substitutions as the Bruins pull 5 players into the ball game. Robinson, Fredrickson, Adam Hobbs, number 30. Preston Keith and Brett Decker with under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Decker with the basketball. They lob the ball down low. Here is the basket up and in as Fredrickson gets position on side and puts it in for his 6th point of the ball game to make it 40-16. Down to the other end, here's Hart, has the ball knocked out of bounds and will stay with Breckinridge County with 1.5 seconds remaining. Inbounds comes into Miller, throws up a three at the buzzer that is no good. So the first half has come to an end with Central Hardin leading Breckinridge County by the score of 40-16. Tonight's second quarter has been brought to you by H.A. Sandwiches on Lehman Lane in Harned. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
Bluegrass Lumber and Hardware is your local source for building and home improvement projects. We all know that the kitchen is the heart of the home. Let Bluegrass Lumber make your home a more welcoming place with upgraded cabinetry and countertops. Bluegrass Lumber does it all, from selection to measurement to installation. Not only does a kitchen upgrade make your home more valuable, but it will make holidays and mealtimes more special. Come see us at Bluegrass Lumber and Hardware on Highway 60 in Hardinsburg.
Welcome back to Central Hardin High School, just outside of Elizabethtown. Lee Bramlett with you at halftime of the matchup between Breckinridge County and Central Hardin. And it has been all Breckinridge care. Central Hardin in this ball game by the score of 40-16. Tigers actually took an early lead in the ball game on a three-pointer by Lane Tall, but then Central Hardin ripped off 5 in a row to take the lead for the first time at 5-3. The Tigers tied it on a Lane Tall basket at 5, but it has been all Central Hardin from there as they went on a 14-0 run to stretch the lead out to 19-5. They led by 16 at 22-6 at the end of the first quarter and expanded the margin from there. Breckinridge County got it down into the low teens early in the quarter on some baskets, but then Central Hardin pushed the margin back out. They led by 21 at 33-12. Led by as many as 24 in this ball game, which is the current margin, 40-16 at halftime. Tigers trail the Bruins of Central Hardin. Apologies again to those of you that are just coming across the dial, hoping to hear the Lady Tigers game. Due to some issues with the cell service down at Apollo High School, which has been traditionally a tough place to try to do broadcasts from, we were unable to bring you that game here tonight. So instead, you are picking up that game both here on 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com. We understand at halftime, Breckinridge County is leading in that game with Apollo by the score of 28-19. We'll be back with a look at the first half scoring in this game coming up in just a moment. Butler's Garage and Wrecker Service bringing you the halftime show here on 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
At Wright Implement, you'll find the full line of John Deere mowers, gators, tractors, ag equipment, John Deere apparel, toys, and more, along with a complete line of Steel and Honda power equipment. And we have a parts and service department that's second to none. Wright Implement has 15 locations throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana to serve you. The right equipment, the right service, and always the right price. Wright Implement, serving great customers like you since 1936. Online at wrightimp.com.
40-16 is the halftime score. Central Hardin leading Breckinridge County at halftime. Let's take a look at the scoring of the ball game for Breckinridge County. They're being led right now by Lane Tall, who has 7 points at halftime. 4 in the ball game to Braden Carmen, 2 points each to Shelton Smith and Isaiah Hart. Jonah Miller has 1 point in this ball game. Eamon O'Donohue, Colton Miller, and Chase Hardesty with playing time for the Tigers in the first half, but did not score. For Central Hardin, they're being led right now by Brett Decker, who did not start the game here on senior night, but the sophomore with 12 points in the ball game coming off the bench. From there, it's 9 points to Hayden Nash on 3 three-point baskets, 6 points to Carter Robinson, 4 points in the ball game to Jacob Fredrickson, a 3-point basket by Preston Keith, 2 points to Landon Elmore, Nolan Stiff, and Reese Sherrard. Ace Jaggers, Adam Hobbs, and Lucas Thompson, along with Nolan Goodman, with playing time in the first half for Central Hardin, but did not score. 40-16 is our halftime count. The Tigers trailing by 24. Taking a look at the foul situation, Breckinridge County has Isaiah Hart and Braden Carmen, each with 2 fouls by my book. No one on the Central Hardin side is in any particular foul trouble any more than 1 personal foul. Breckinridge County will be back in action tomorrow night. They head to the Owensboro Sports Center, where they'll take on the Aces of Owensboro Catholic. A change from the schedule that you may have seen online and been announced previously. We understand that game had been a 7 o'clock game. It has now been moved to a 7:30 varsity start tomorrow evening. The JV game will be at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We'll have coverage of the game for you beginning at around 7:15 tomorrow evening. Then we take a break on Wednesday night. Back with you on Thursday for the Fighting Tigers' final game of the regular season. They're on the road to LaRue County for a 6:30 start. Our coverage will begin just before 6 o'clock with Tiger Talk. Then we'll be with you at around 6:15 or 6:20 for the action of that game between the Tigers and the Hawks. The Lady Tigers will wrap up their regular season with a senior night event on Friday night when they host the Lady Aces of Owensboro Catholic. We'll be on the air with coverage of that game at around 6:45 on Friday evening. And then after that, the games count for real as it's the district tournament next week, which will be at Breckenridge County High School. The girls' semifinals are scheduled for Monday night. The boys' semifinals will be on Tuesday night, with championship games for the girls on Thursday night and the boys' championship to be decided on Friday night. 104.3 The River will have live coverage of all 6 games in the tournament coming up next week, starting with the girls' semifinals on Monday evening. Mark Grimes will be along for those games at Tiger Arena. Then I'll be back with you on Tuesday night for the boys' semifinals there. Still a ways to go before that, as several games still in the books. One of those still a second half to be played here, where Breckenridge County has some work to do to get back into this ball game as they trail Central Hardin by the score of 40-16. Tonight's halftime show has been brought to you by Butler's Garage and Wrecker Service in Harnett. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
How many times have you called someplace and heard this?
For customer service, press 1.
At First State Bank, when you call one of their 3 locations, you'll hear this.
First State Bank, this is Michelle. How may I help you?
From opening a checking or savings account to home or commercial loans, you'll get a friendly voice ready to assist with your banking needs. Call or stop by today and find out why for more than 100 years, First State Bank, where your friends bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at firststatebankky.com.
Second half about to get underway here at Central Hardin High School. Lee Bramlett with you for this game between Breckenridge County and Central Hardin. Again, due to technical difficulties, we are unable to bring you the remainder of the Apollo Breckenridge County girls game this evening. Our apologies again. The last score we had from Owensboro had the Lady Tigers up in that contest 28-19. Mark Grimes is still on scene there. He will hopefully give us some more results as we go through the evening. Back to the matter of this game, Breckenridge County with some work to do, trailing by 24. And it will be Central Hardin's basketball to begin this second half. Bruins will send out Landon Elmore, Brett Decker, Ace Jaggers, Jacob Fredrickson, and Preston Keith. Breckenridge County returns with their starting alignment of Colton Miller, Chase Hardesty, Eamon O'Donohue, Braden Carmen, and Lane Tall. As they're trying to reset, they've got the clock set for the second half, and we're underway here at Central Hardin. Decker takes the basketball on the inbounds from Elmore. Here is a three-point attempt on the way by Jaggers, and Central Hardin picks up where they left off in the first half. Three-pointer for Jaggers makes the score 43-16, 7:40 left to go in the ball game. Here is Hardesty with the basketball. Hardesty with it. Hands the ball off to Chase Hardesty. Back from Lane Tall. Now O'Donohue takes the basketball. O'Donohue gets it to Colton Miller. Hardesty to O'Donohue. Miller has the ball taken out of his hands, lobs it ahead to Landon Elmore. He puts it up, missed the dunk attempt. Rebound comes down to Fredrickson. Fredrickson has the ball knocked out of his hands. Scramble still on the floor. Carmen gets to it. Deflects the ball over to O'Donohue, and Breckenridge County comes away with it. Tigers going the other way. Here's Carmen. Off balance, puts up the shot. Drew the contact from Central Hardin, and Carmen will get to go to the free throw stripe. Foul will be on Ace Jaggers for Central Hardin. That is his second. Team first of the second half. And Brayton Carmen will head to the free throw line. Carmen coming off a double-digit performance against Hancock County the other night. First free throw on the way is no good. Carmen only a 37% free throw shooter from the line. He'll get a second free throw here. Carmen had 11 in the ball game, going 3 of 5 from the line. Second attempt on the way by Carmen. Does not even draw iron, so the Bruins will get it back. 6:56 left to go in this ball game, or in this third quarter. Central Hardin up 43-16. Central Hardin 22-18 in the first half. Breckenridge County by quarter 6 and 10. They lob the ball ahead. Decker could not pull it in. Rebound comes down to Lane Tall for Breckenridge County. Tall into the front court, trying to fight through the double team. Ball intercepted. Here's Jaggers going the other way, tries to go to the basket. Headed off by Hardesty, who commits the foul. Hardesty picks up the foul. So that will send Jaggers to the line for Central Hardin to shoot a pair of free throws. Jaggers, a 6'3 sophomore who averages 8.8 points per game. Lane Tall will check into the ball game for Eamon O'Donohue. Jaggers with just 3 points on the night. He's a 69% free throw shooter on the season on 59 attempts. Number 61 is no good as the rebound comes down to Breckenridge County. Lane Tall will bring the ball up the floor with 6:27 remaining here in the third quarter. 43-16 is the score. Tall gets the basketball to Isaiah Hart. Hart back out on the time stripe, now goes on the drive, lost the dribble, picked up by Central Hardin. Here's Jaggers trying to fight. Ball gets knocked through his hands as Isaiah Hart races through the end zone up against plywood, up to block doors and construction, and Central Hardin gets the ball back. Here is Elmore, goes up, puts the shot up and in, and he will head to the line. Elmore with the foul. Chase Hardesty picks up the foul. That'll be his second. Now Landon Elmore goes to the line to try to complete a three-point play. Elmore, a 64% free throw shooter on the season. Elmore with 4 points in the ball game. Another attempt on the way, and this one is good. 46-16 the score. As the ball almost gets knocked away, Hardesty trying to find his way through double and triple teams, finally does. Isaiah Hart puts up the shot, no good, but he draws contact from Central Hardin's Jacob Fredrickson. That'll be his first. Team second against the Bruins. So Isaiah Hart will go to the free throw stripe. Hart had 2 points back at the second quarter. He's a 68% free throw shooter as he knocks down the first one for Breckenridge County. First point of the half for the Tigers. Pulls them to within 46-17. Second free throw is on the way and good. 4 points to Hart. 46-18 now the score. Jaggers with the basketball. Fall away jumper on the way, no good. Rebound Central Hardin as Keith tries to put up the shot and draws the contact from Breckenridge County. Foul will be on Shelton Smith for Breckenridge County. At the line is Preston Keith. Keith just a 54% free throw shooter on 35 attempts. Substitutions, Robinson and Thompson into the ball game for Central Hardin. Decker also into the ball game for the Bruins. Here's Keith with the free throw attempt, in and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to Breckenridge County. Into the front court, Colton Miller gets the back slap as Robinson comes away with the basketball, tries to drive on Miller, and they get Colton Miller on a reach-in. Miller picks up the foul. That'll be his first. That'll be the team third against Breckenridge County. Eamon O'Donohue will check into the ball game for Breckenridge County with 5:34 left to go here in the third quarter. Robinson's fall-away jumper, no good. Jonah Miller into the ball game for Breckenridge County, collects the rebound. Hardesty into the front court for Breckenridge County on the right side, tries to work against Robinson, hands it off to Hart, has a three-point attempt blocked. Rebound batted around. Here's Hardesty, pulls up with a jumper, no good. Miller gets the rebound, has the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, and it will stay with Breckenridge County. Central Hardin using again a 14-0 run in the first quarter to storm away to the lead that they have built since the first quarter, as Hart's shot no good, gets his own miss, goes back up, tries to put up a shot and draw the foul, and does from Central Hardin. Foul is going to be on Carter Robinson for the Bruins. That'll be his first. And that will send Isaiah Hart back to the free throw stripe. Hart knocks down the free throw, 3 of 3 from the line. Now with 5 points in the ball game. 46-19 the score with 5:09 to go here in the third quarter. One more attempt by Hart is good. So Hart with 6, and Breckenridge County pulls to within 26 at 46-20. Working down to 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tigers show zone as Decker takes the basketball to Thompson. Down in the paint. Here is Thompson going to fire up a three-pointer that is no good. Race for the rebound. Rescued by Central Hardin to Thompson as they try to get the ball down low to Carter Robinson. Pass a little too strong. Adam Hobbs will check into the ball game for Central Hardin with 4:49 remaining here in the third quarter. Breckenridge County basketball facing full court pressure. Hart with it, being guarded by Decker. Hart tries to dribble around Decker, now caught in the double team. Here's O'Donohue with the basketball on the right side, out front to Isaiah Hart. Hart looking. Now Hardesty takes it. Hardesty on the dribble. Gets the ball to Shelton Smith. Here's Hardesty with the basketball. Spinning, Hardesty kicks it out. Here's Hart going to try a three-pointer again. Block, rebound comes down to Decker. Hardesty tried to get in there and tie the ball or knock it out, but Decker maintains the possession. Decker will hand the ball off to Thompson. Back out front to Decker. Over to Hayden Nash into the ball game as we're working down to 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 46-20, Central Hardin in front of Breckenridge County. Long three-point attempt, good by Brett Decker for his 15th point of the night. 49-20, 3:48 remaining here in the third quarter. Miller with the basketball, down low to Smith. Gets it to O'Donohue. High arching shot is good. Eamon O'Donohue gets his first points of the night to make it 49-22. And Breckenridge County will take a timeout with 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Central Hardin 49, Breckenridge County 22. This is Fighting Tigers Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
Experience the difference of the Big Green Egg ceramic cooker from Irvington Gas Company. It's a smoker, a grill, and oven, all in one. It's easy to start, reaching cooking temperatures in just 10 minutes with temperature control so you can cook to perfection. It's safer to use and it's easy to clean up. Stop by Irvington Gas Company on Highway 79 to see the Big Green Egg and other gas grills available. Irvington Gas Company, serving this area for more than 75 years.
3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Central Hardin leading Breckenridge County 49-22. Leading scorers in the ball game, it is Lane Tall pacing the Breckenridge County attack with 7 points on the night. Across the way, it is Brett Decker with 15 points for Central Hardin. Central Hardin basketball to bring the length of the floor as Brett Decker will inbounds the ball to Reese Sherrard. Sherrard in no particular hurry to get across the time stripe. Now does clear it. 3:31 to go here in the third. Hands the ball off to Decker. Ball gets knocked away and picked up by Colton Miller. Miller driving into the front court for Breckenridge County was looking for Carmen. The pass is picked off by Sherrard, who could not pull it in. It goes out of bounds and will stay with Breckenridge County. Tigers with Eamon O'Donohue, Colton Miller, Lane Tall, Braden Carmen, and Jonah Miller in the lineup. Here's Colton Miller, drives, lobs it off to Carmen, tries to force up the shot, is blocked. Ball fought for on the floor. Miller manages to get the ball and throw it off the knee of Adam Hobbs. And Breckenridge County will retain the possession. Tigers Central Hardin with Hobbs, Sherrard, Hayden Nash, Robinson, and Decker. Colton Miller with the inbounds on the left side. Bounce pass in the paint. Here's Tall, forces up the shot, gets the kind roll, and will head to the line. Tall with his 9th point of the ball game. Foul will be on Adam Hobbs for Central Hardin. That'll be Hobbs' first. So Tall will head to the line where he's missed on his 2 free throw attempts previous. Third time is the charm as he knocks it down for his 10th point of the ball game. That makes it 49-25. Tigers trail by 24. Central Hardin with the basketball. 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Decker with the basketball. Lobs it down in the corner. Sherrard inside to the paint. Caught in a double team. Tries to pass it out. Intercepted by Eamon O'Donohue. Jonah Miller across the time stripe for Breckenridge County. Miller on the drive. Gets into the paint. Caught in a double team. Now fall away jumper. Banks it in. Jonah Miller with his 3rd point of the ball game. 49-27. Central Hardin by 22. As Hobbs will launch a 3-point basket that is good. Hobbs with his first point of the night, a 3-point basket to make it 52-27, 2:17 to go as Tall drives to the basket and draws the foul from Central Hardin. Foul is going to be on Reese Sherrard, his 2nd. So Lane Tall back to the line for Breckenridge County with 2:16 to go here in the quarter. First free throw catches the front of the rim and falls through. Tall with his 11th point of the ball game. That makes it 52-28. One more attempt upcoming for Tall on the night. Free throw rattles off, no good. Rebound comes down to Hobbs for Central Hardin. Sherrard in the front court for the Bruins as we work to 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Hobbs with the basketball. He'll square up for another long 3-pointer and knocks it down. Hobbs back-to-back 3-pointers. Build reminds you a little bit of Cowan at Ohio County. 6'3", 245, but as more of a threat to the outside as Tall drives to the basket. Shot no good. Hayden Ash collects the rebound for Central Hardin. Under 2 minutes to go here in the quarter. Hobbs will try another 3-pointer. That is good. 3 threes for Adam Hobbs in succession. Makes it 58-28. Here's O'Donohue with the basketball. Gets it to Smith. Smith tries the bounce pass inside. Nobody there. Picked up by Central Hardin. Bruins will go the other way. They lob the ball ahead to Hobbs. He'll try another 3-pointer and banks it in. Hobbs with 4 consecutive 3-point baskets for 12 points. And Breckenridge County will take a timeout with 1:12 remaining here in the quarter. That will make it 61-28. Tigers will take another timeout with 1:12 to go here in the quarter. I've seen some guys get on to hot shooting tears in this building in my years calling games over here in Hardin County. Something about this gym that if a guy gets on a 3-point shooting tear, get out of the way. Well, Hobbs has knocked down 4 of those right now in back-to-back possessions. And Coach Jeff LaGrange calling a timeout. Not happy with what he's seen in terms of the defense. And he is making it clear right now as we're getting a substitution into the ball game. For Central Hardin. Now leading in this ball game 61-28. Breckenridge County now trying to salvage something out of this night. Tigers actually having their best quarter of the night with 12 points in this quarter. But looking at my numbers here, Central Hardin has knocked down, if I'm looking at this right, 6 3-pointers in this quarter. Only a 2-pointer and a free throw by Elmore on a 3-point play. The only non-3-point basket right now for the Bruins. Here's Tall with the basketball, tries to go in the lane. Shot knocked away, picked up by Carter Robinson. Robinson will back it away. Hobbs with it. Hobbs will try another 3-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Colton Miller for Breckenridge County. Here's Miller with the basketball. Bounce pass inside for Jonah Miller. We get a kick ball, and we'll get a substitution. Isaiah Hart will check back into the ball game for Breckenridge County. Inbounds will be Eamon O'Donohue for the Tigers. He'll lob it into Colton Miller with 45 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Hart with the basketball for Breckenridge County. Tries away from his man, gets in the paint, little floater, banks it off the glass and in. Hart with his 8th point of the ball game to make it 61-30. Sherrard will bring the ball up the floor. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Sherrard with it on the right side. Out front for Central Hardin. Now Sherrard gets to the inside, loops it off, gets it to Robinson. He puts it up, no good, but will head to the line. Fouled by Breckenridge County's Shelton Smith. He picks up his 3rd. At the line, Robinson going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. First free throw by Robinson is good. He's got 7 points in the ball game. 62-30 is the score. Another attempt on the way. Robinson rattles out, but here's a putback by the Bruins. 64-30. As O'Donohue will try a 3-pointer as time runs out in the quarter, as Jonah Miller unable to get a shot to fall. So the quarter comes to an end, and it is Central Hardin leading Breckenridge County by the score of 64-30. Tonight's 3rd quarter brought to you by Commonwealth Machining in Harned. This is Fighting Tigers Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC 1043.com.
So you've heard us talking about Brandenburg Telecom. We could have chosen any other provider for our phone, internet, TV, and security service, but we chose Brandenburg Telecom.
It is not hard to find a good deal these days. What it is hard to find is a provider that delivers the best value of service. That's exactly what we're getting with Brandenburg Telecom.
They don't trick you with introductory rates.
They don't keep you waiting for service or waiting on the phone.
When they say they're going to do something, they do it.
Brandenburg Telecom are people who live
and work
and play in my community.
They're part of this community, and that's why they care.
If you only have one service with Brandenburg Telecom, you're missing out on their other great services.
Give them a chance.
You won't be disappointed. I'm ready for the burger.
Fourth quarter underway at Central Hardin High School. Breckenridge County trailing at 64-30. Lead scorer in the ball game is Lane Tall for 11 points for Breckenridge County. Brett Decker has 15 points for Central Hardin as Isaiah Hart launches a 3-point basket. That is no good. The rebound comes down to Brett Decker ahead. Here's Elmore in the paint. Fall away jumper is good. Landon Elmore with his 7th point of the ball game. Gives the Bruins a 66-30 lead as we understand now that it is running clock the rest of the way in this game as Shelton Smith tries a shot that is no good. Rebound ahead to Central Hardin, and Decker finishes with the dunk for his 17th point of the ball game to make it 68-30. Here is a loose ball picked up by Breckenridge, or by Central Hardin as Jaggers tries the layup, no good. Here's Keith, will put it off the glass and in. Preston Keith with his 5th point of the ball game. And another timeout by Breckenridge County. With 6:51 left to go in the game, it is Breckenridge County trailing Central Hardin 70-30. This is Fighting Tigers Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC 1043.com. Breckenridge County now trailing in this ball game by 40 at 70-30. The Tigers missing for the first night tonight, maybe feeling more of the impacts of not having their leading scorers on the night being Mercer Rogers and Hunter Barr in the ball game. Tigers were in this game early as they had the game tied at 5, but then a 14-0 run by the Bruins, for all intents and purposes, put this game out of range. Breckenridge County with the basketball now trailing by 40. We get a whistle and a turnover by the Tigers as Hardesty commits the double dribble. It will be Central Hardin basketball with 6:37 left to go in the ball game, leading 70-30. This team put 96 on the board against Greene County back on Friday night. As here's a basket by Preston Keith for his 7th point of the ball game, makes it 72-30. Hardesty with the basketball to Colton Miller. Miller gets the ball to Jonah Miller. Now Colton Miller, fall away jumper from 10, no good. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin. Ball knocked out of the hands of number 14, Caden Elmore. And it will go back to Breckinridge County. 5:43 and the clock continues to run. You're listening to Fighting Tiger basketball from 104.3 The River, WXBC in Hardinsburg, Kentucky, after 8 o'clock on a Monday night. As the pass intercepted by Central Hardin, Fredrickson tries to dunk and is fouled on the attempt, and he will go to the free throw line. Breckinridge County was tied at 5, and then a 14-0 run by Central Hardin. And they have never trailed since and have built the lead steadily. Foul is on Jonah Miller, his first for Breckinridge County. At the line, it will be Fredrickson with 2 free throws, missed the first attempt. 2 of 4 for the night for Fredrickson. Hobbs and Ash, along with Sherrard, will check into the ball game for Central Hardin. 5:20 left to go in this ball game. Free throw on the way is good. So 5 in the ball game for Fredrickson, as Thompson will check into the ball game. End of the third quarter in Owensboro. Lady Tigers leading Apollo 33-29. Due to service issues there in Owensboro, unable to bring you that game online at WXBC1043.com. That's why we're back here, as a 3-point attempt by Tall is no good. Rebound comes down to Sherrard for Central Hardin. Down to 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. The score reads 73-30. Substitution, Braxton Tall will check into the ball game. Also into the lineup is Ryan Robinson, number 5. Across the time stripe, Hardesty with it for Breckinridge County. Tigers with the basketball under 4.5 minutes to go in the ball game. As here's Jonah Miller, shot no good. Rebound comes down to Sherrard for Central Hardin. At the other end, here's a 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound comes down to Hardesty for Breckinridge County. Hardesty with the basketball. Working down to 4 minutes left to go in this ball game. Here is Braxton Tall, drives the baseline, puts up a shot in. Braxton Tall with the basket. First point of the ball game for Tall to make it 73-32. Ash with the basketball in the paint, puts up the shot, got it. Ash with 11 points on the night. 75-32 the score. 3.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. Here's a 3-pointer on the way, good by Jonah Miller. Miller with his 6th point of the ball game. 75-35 the score. 3:16 left to go in the ball game. Here is Ash going to square up for a 3-pointer that is no good. Rebound comes down to Chase Tall for Chase Hardesty rather. Hardesty across the time stripe for Breckinridge County, gets it over to Jonah Miller. He'll square up for a 3-pointer. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin's Nolan Stiff. And goes out of bounds, so it'll... Inbounds comes into Breckinridge County with 2.5 minutes left to go in this ball game. Here is Jonah Miller, squares up, 2-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound fought for, still being fought for. Robinson comes down with it for Breckinridge County and is fouled underneath. Robinson trying to find somewhere to get the outlet to. Could not, but bailed out as we get a reach-in foul. As Preston Keith, I believe, guilty of the foul. Braden Carmen will check back into the ball game for Breckenridge County. Robinson will head to the free throw stripe. First free throw attempt by Robinson, back of the rim, no good on the bonus. Here's Braden Carmen, tries to get to the inside, had the ball knocked out of his hands, and Central Hardin comes away with it. Here's a three-pointer on the way, got it. I believe Morgan Day, the player, number 32, knocks down the three-pointer to make it 78-35. Here's the ball knocked away, picked up by Goodman. Bounce pass ahead as they try the little loop shot, just thrown up and in. Stiff was off balance and just scooped that one up and in to make it 80-35. Down to a minute 33 left to go in this ball game. Here's Hardesty with the basketball. Kicks it out to Leland Board. Or excuse me, that's Chase Tall. Braxton Tall had the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with Breckenridge County with a minute 15 left to go and the clock continuing to roll. Hardesty to inbounds the basketball. Gets it to Braxton Tall. Now Braden Carmen with it as we're down to a minute to go in the ball game. Bounce pass underneath to Braxton Tall. Pump fakes. Draws contact and will head to the line with 55 seconds left to go in the game. Nolan Stiff will pick up a foul, his second. Clock arrested with 53.6 seconds remaining. Braxton Tall, who had a basket earlier in this game, steps to the line. First free throw attempt is no good. He'll get one more here. Tigers only able to muster 5 points here in this final quarter. As the second attempt on the way by Tall is no good. Rebound comes down to Goodman, has the ball knocked away. Here's a pass overthrown by Central Hardin, rescued by the Bruins. They get it ahead. Stiff down to the corner to Ash. Ash will stretch it back out, gets it to Day. Cross-court pass is batted away, picked up by Central Hardin, but we get a whistle and a foul on Breckenridge County with 33.8 seconds remaining in the quarter. That'll be Braden Carmen picking up his third. And now Nolan Stiff will go to the line for Central Hardin with 33.8 seconds remaining in the quarter. At the line, Stiff will get free throws. First attempt on the way by Stiff is good. That'll be his fifth point of the night. 81-35 is the score. Second attempt is on the way and good. Stiff with 6 in the ball game. Final 30 seconds of this ball game as Breckenridge County will drop to 7-17 on the season. Central Hardin goes to 16-8 as pass is intercepted by the Bruins with 20 seconds left to go in the ball game. Across the timeline is Caden Elmore, number 14. Elmore will hold it out at long range. Nice job by Braxton Tall to challenge there and take the basketball away. Robinson with it, gets it over to Tall. Leland Board will try a three-pointer. That is no good. Rebound comes down to Central Hardin, who will dribble up the floor, and that will do it for this game. Final score tonight, it is Central Hardin 82, Breckenridge County 35. Tonight's fourth quarter brought to you by Hardinsburg Nursing and Rehab. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
If you need home medical equipment, rely on Taylor Pharmacy. They deliver home medical equipment such as oxygen, lip chairs, hospital beds, and CPAP machines to Breckenridge and surrounding counties. They have everything a patient needs for recuperating at home. Taylor Pharmacy does so much more than fill prescriptions. They carry a full line of diabetic chews, have a gift department, and of course make delicious tailor-made fudge in a variety of flavors that include sugar-free. Stop by Taylor Pharmacy in Hardinsburg and see why your family and the Taylor Pharmacy family make a good team.
Back with you here at Central Hardin High School, where Breckenridge County has fallen to Central Hardin by the final score of 82-35. Breckenridge County held a 3-0 lead early in this game. The Bruins responded with 5 in a row to take the lead. Then the Tigers tied it on a Lane Tall basket at 5. And then Central Hardin went on a 14-0 run from that point and never looked back. They led by 16 at the end of the first quarter, 22-6. They were up 40-16 at halftime. Then continued to build that lead out, led at 64-30 at the end of the third quarter. And the Tigers held to just 5 points in the final frame as the Bruins outscored them 18-5 to take the final margin to 82-35. Breckenridge County falls to 7-17 on the season, while Central Hardin improves to 16-8. Taking a look at the final scoring for tonight's ball game for Breckenridge County, they were led on the night by Lane Tall, who finishes the game with 11 points. Isaiah Hart with 8 points on the night. From there, it's 5 points in the ball game to Jonah Miller, 4 points to Braden Carmen, 2 points to Eamon O'Donohue, Shelton Smith, and to Leland Board. Braxton Tall, Ryan Robinson, Chase Hardesty, and Colton Miller all with playing time tonight for the Tigers, but did not score. So again, O'Donohue 2, Tall 11, Shelton Smith 5, Shelton Smith with 2, Jonah Miller 5, Isaiah Hart 8, Braden Carmen 4, and Leland Board 2. For Central Hardin, they improved to 16-8 on the season. They are led in scoring by Brett Decker, who finishes the night with 17 points. 12 in the ball game going to Adam Hobbs, all of them on 4 consecutive three-point baskets in the third quarter. 11 points to Hayden Nash. From there, 7 points in the ball game to Landon Elmore, to Preston Keith, and Carter Robinson. 5 points on the night to Jacob Fredrickson and to Logan Day. 4 points in the ball game to Nolan Stiff. 3 points on the night to Ace Jaggers. 2 points to Reese Sherrard. Seeing playing time tonight but not scoring were Caden Elmore, Lucas Thompson, and Nolan Goodman. 82-35 is the final score here. Breckenridge County falls to Central Hardin. We'll be back with one more break and look ahead to tomorrow night in just a moment. Tonight's post-game show brought to you by TGH Machine and Welding and Arms Family Chiropractic from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
You don't need to suffer a sports-related injury to benefit from physical therapy. For anyone in pain, rotator cuff repair, lumbar traction, treatment for neck or low back pain, or any number of treatments, Elite Physical Therapy and Fitness can get you back on the right track. The physical therapists at Elite Physical Therapy and Fitness can provide innovative treatment with dry needling and kinesis taping. Call today, 270-756-5007. At Elite Physical Therapy, there's still hope when there's pain.
Bluegrass Lumber and Hardware is your local source for building and home improvement projects. We all know that the kitchen is the heart of the home. Let Bluegrass Lumber make your home a more welcoming place with upgraded cabinetry and countertops. Bluegrass Lumber does it all, from selection to measurement to installation. Not only does a kitchen upgrade make your home more valuable, but it will make holidays and mealtimes more special. Come see us at Bluegrass Lumber and Hardware on Highway 60 in Hardinsburg.
Back with you in Elizabethtown. Final score 82-35. Breckenridge County falls to Central Hardin this evening. Some more encouraging news, though, out of Owensboro tonight, where the Lady Tigers have defeated Owensboro Apollo by the score of 47-42. So let's set the stage for what's coming up here in the next few days for the Fighting Tigers. They will have little time to reflect on this game as they have to get right back on the road. And they will head to Owensboro tomorrow night, where they will have to take on Owensboro Catholic. Coverage of that game gets underway at around 7:15 for a 7:30 start. Again, that is the change from, you may have seen previously, that had been scheduled as a 7:15 or 7 o'clock start. That game has now been changed. That game will now go at 7:30 tomorrow evening. We'll be on the air with our coverage at around 7:15. The Lady Tigers will next be in action on Friday night. They will take on Owensboro Catholic at Tiger Arena. We'll have that game for you, but before then, the Fighting Tigers head back to Hodgenville on Thursday night, where they will take on LaRue County. We'll be on the air with our coverage just before 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, on Thursday evening with Tiger Talk. Then pregame coverage at around 6:15. That'll take care of it here from Elizabethtown. Thanks to Colby Knuckle and Ellie Gentry back at the studio having to deal with some issues here, but we made it through. Thanks to Mark Grimes for keeping us updated on the game tonight down in Owensboro. Shanna Bramlett with us for the video work as well. Once again, the final score here tonight it was Central Hardin defeating Breckinridge County 82-35. For all of my teammates, Lee Bramlett saying so long, everybody. This is Fighting Tiger Sports from 104.3 The River and WXBC1043.com.
This has been Breckinridge County Fighting Tiger basketball on WXBC, brought to you by Wright Implement Company, Taylor Pharmacy, Irvington Gas Company, First State Bank, Elite Physical Therapy, Breckinridge Health, and by Brandenburg Telecom. This has been a presentation of 104.3 The River, the sports voice of Breckinridge County.